A pleasant day, my dear learners. This video is intended to be your review for Computer 7 in preparation for your first quarterly assessment, prepared by yours truly, Miss Julia Ann Allison. The agenda for today's video, or for this video, we have two. First, the pointers for our previous sessions of Computer 7. Make sure to prepare your pen, paper, and take down some notes. Next, we are going to answer the practice test. You can later on write down the correct answers for you to have for you to study well the topics or the practice test also. So before we start, let us first have a quick throwback of our different K concepts with our previous sessions in Computer 7. So do you remember that we talked about first the internet and the network? You are so good with your concept maps and with your different performance tasks related to internet and network also, no? So second, we have the classifications of network. Third, the domain names. Fourth, the World Wide Web. And fifth, the internet etiquettes. So are you ready? Let's go and start. So first, the pointers. So directions, read with understanding the lessons that we had from week 1 to week 4, since we only have 4 modules for our computer, no? So week 1 to week 4. So we talked about the internet. It is the global system of interconnected protocol suite to communicate better between networks and devices. Next, we talked about also network is consisting to private, public, academic, business, and government networks of local to global scope, linked by a broad array of electronic, wireless, and optical network technologies. We have the types of network. I will let you understand this one. So when you talk about a limited room or building, it is called LAN. For example, our new Carcar City Hall has a Wi-Fi, but it is only, or a router, it is limited only, the signal is only limited within the City Hall. So it is called a network called local area network. So kung sudra dyan siya sa City Hall class, mora na siya LAN. Or sudra siya sa mga rooms sa City Hall, mora na siya LAN. But next, when we say about campus area network, not necessarily nga kailangan eskwelahan siya kay campus siya ha, but it is larger than the CAN. So from one building to another building or one building to a specific bigger area, it is called the campus area network. Again, not necessarily nga dapat eskwelahan para tawgon nga campus area network. For example, again, atong City Hall, naa siya router, na siya signal. But, dili ra siya limited sod sa building, sod sa structure. Pero ang signal, maabot siya sa police station, new police station ha. And then maabot also sa new public market. So from one structure to another structure to another building. So it is also called campus area network. Gets? Okay. Next, the bigger one is called the metropolitan area network. When we say metropolitan area network, a network composed of 2 or more LANs or CANs, but is limited to within a town, city, or metropolitan. Pero, mo ni example class. What if naay Wi-Fi or naay router ang City Hall, ang police station, ang St. Catherine? It is composed na of 2 main LANs and CANs. So, mono na siya gitawag o metropolitan. Within the Carcar na ang iyahang signal. So, available within the whole town na. So, it is called metropolitan area network. The biggest one is also called the wide area network. It is beyond the metropolitan, regional, and national coverage. So, worldly na siya nga area network. So, do you gets na? Kaya ang uban, maglibog ra ba sa local o sa campus? Okay, from, again, local, a specific structure. Campus, two more lands or cans from one structure to another or to a bigger area. Metropolitan na gani, whole syudad na siya or town. And wide area is, wide means global na gid siya, no? Next, let's proceed with IP address. Is a unique identifying numbers. It is not your contact or phone numbers, ha? Okay, it is a unique identifying number given to a computer or device while it is connected to the network. The domain names, we have the following: .com, .org, .edu, .gov, .net. Okay, so based at the okay, so .com, you only know the answers for this. It is used by commercial organization, YouTube.com, Facebook.com, and then .org, non-profit organizations, .edu, SSC.edu.ph, educational institution, government, SSS, .gov.government, and also .net. So the World Wide Web, also known as the web, it is a collection of interlinked documents. It's called hypertext in the internet. Okay, class. So when you hear the word hypertext, iba kung dili dayon mo kasabot. Pero kung kadumog hypertext, it is actually as simple as the link. Okay, so the other term or the other word for link is called hypertext. Okay, next, a website is a collection of interrelated and interlinked web pages. Now, let's talk about the internet etiquettes. Examples are respect people and their privacy. If you have criticized or correct someone, do it constructively and perhaps through a private message or email. Do not spy on people by reading their email or use keyloggers to get private information such as password, because usually some learners or some youngsters really hack into someone's Wi-Fi just to know the password. So that is violating against internet etiquettes. You're not respecting people and their privacy. They're paying their Wi-Fi, then you're cracking it now, okay? So that is against internet etiquettes. You can just ask nicely, no? If you want their password. Ayun, daghan saying nag-igo, no? Kay daghan sad kaayo ang ganahan nga maka-connect sa internet. Then be responsible. As a young learner, you have to think first before you act. Make sure that you have protection against viruses and other threats in the internet. Educate yourself on the use of computers and also be responsible now that the coming of the election, 2022 election is really approaching, and some of the youngsters are just being irresponsible in commenting and giving their opinions about the issues of the politics. So make sure to think before you act, okay? And what is it for you? What will be the effect of your actions? You think really before you do something in the internet, because it is really public and it can destroy your image as a young learner and as a Catharinean. Next, be a law-abiding citizen. Remember that the people you are interacting with have rights. So we all have rights. Chat rooms, forums, or discussion boards and websites have rules you have to follow, not only to make the discussion organized, but also to protect those using such services. So what stays within the chat stays within the chat. Also, dili na dapat ipagawas ang mga uban, no? Kay some of it has a consequences. Okay. So next, stealing is a crime. Again, so I think you already know the our topic from, I guess that was week 4. Yes, you may download shareware or free trials of software, but do not use a serial that are stolen or apply crack so that you can enjoy free illegal copy of software. So you can just download, get information, but make sure, really make sure to please, what do you call this, appreciate or tell who is the creator, or share who is the creator of that content, of the picture, because it is to protect the owner, because they have rights to earn from their works also. So make sure nga you are really appreciating their work by mentioning the creator of the content, the pictures, and everything else on the internet. Because once you just steal it, no, any ka pa ng, as easy as you will just copy paste and then you put your name on the top, it is your answer. No, that is already stealing class. You're just doing it for your academics, but you are not stealing, okay? You can just revise it, also get an idea from that content, and then you can also add your further insight about the content. Next is do not waste other people's time. Make sure that you are helping and not adding to already existing problems. Provide information that is true and correct. Spam and chain letter are not welcome. Okay, make sure, again, make sure that what? You're not adding to already existing problems. So wag nang magdagdag sa problema. May problema na nga. Yung apoy, linalagyan nyo pa ng gas eh. Kaya lumalaki yung apoy, or the problem becomes bigger na. So be the solution. Okay, again, be the solution within the internet, and just be responsible, class. Okay, now let's proceed to our practice test. Okay, for our practice test, I will just give you 5 seconds to answer, and then you can just write your answer on a piece of paper, and then you can correct it. I will just give you the correct answer after 5 seconds. Okay, so directions. Answer the given question, description in each number. Write your answer on a space provided. Number 1. What type of network that is limited to a room or building? Again, one structure. Your time starts now. The answer for number 1 is a LAN or local area network. Number 2, give an example of website that uses a .gov domain name. Okay, so you can have sss.gov.ph, gss.gov.ph. Number 3, if the private, public, academic, business, and government are linked by a broad array of electronic or wireless is called, what connects them? Okay, number 3, the answer is a network. Number 4, a campus area network is only limited to a one room or building. Is it true or false? Okay, false. The answer for number 4 is false, because a network that is only limited to one room or building is called actually the LAN or local area network. Okay. Number 5, it is a unique identifying numbers given to a computer or device while it is connected to the network. Okay, the answer for number 5 is IP address, not contact address, huh? I mean contact number, sorry. The answer for number 5 is IP address. Okay, let's proceed to our task 2 or test number 2. Directions. Below are the examples of netiquettes or internet etiquettes. Cite one example in each number on when and why should you apply such etiquette. Again, kano saa o nganong imong i-apply ni nga netiquettes. Example number 1, respect people and their privacy. Why do you think? When will you use this one? Sige, I'll give you time to think. Okay. Okay, so if I were to answer number one, I will say, when should I apply this etiquette is when I'm out of data load. Okay, and then my neighbor has his or her Wi-Fi and I'm trying to crack their Wi-Fi using my remaining data na no, napaygamay. So I'm trying to crack their Wi-Fi so that I can maybe use their internet. And why should you apply this? Respect people and their privacy also, because they are paying for their Wi-Fi or for their data. So make sure you ask nicely than just cracking their privacy, because it is not really right. You are still again evaluating internet etiquettes. Number two, be a law-abiding citizen. When and why should you use this etiquette? Okay, so I guess the answer for this is should be all the time. We should be a law-abiding citizen in using the internet all the time. There's no specific time, because in just scrolling, you might see something that disturbing, and make sure nga you're not going to entertain it. You're not going to tolerate it. Just let it by. Do not engage into something that is really dili siya maayos sa internet no. So again, for me, all the time when you use the internet, and why should you apply it? Because every person in the internet has his or her rights also, no? So that's it. That ends our practice test. My next topic is about questions. So if you have any questions about our pointers and practice tests, feel free to send your questions and concerns in our group chat. And if some of your classmates needs help, make sure to also help them, because maybe na sila difficulties and news is not available sometimes, no, because we are really busy class. So I hope you will also help your classmates. So lastly, announcements. My dear grade 7 students, I will be checking your online submissions via Messenger and online modular via Aral links, and some of you are offline. So according to my list, daghan pa sad ang wala ka-submit. So a voice message contains your lacking activities and outputs will be sent by Miss Allison individually. So expecting a nudge to send din yung a voice message. Make sure to see in and really listen to it para guided mo sa inyong mga kulang. Next is make sure to complete your modular activities and performance tasks. And last, feel free to play this video again if you haven't understood our review, and maybe ask help from your classmates or me, okay? So now that you have already studied all the given pointers and taking the practice test, you are now ready to take your first quarterly assessment for Computer 7. My dear grade 7 students, thank you so much for watching, and I do hope, crossed fingers, dagko og score for this quarterly assessment. This has been your Miss Allison, always reminding you to always be grateful in everything that you have in life. Always be grateful with your family. Always be grateful of having this chance to study in a very prestigious institution in the middle of the pandemic. Thank you so much, and God bless.